Hello, welcome back to Budget with Chloe. I spent $61,838.41 in the year 2024. Let's talk about how I did it. Obviously, number one category for spending is the mortgage, $20,605.20, or 33% of my spending for the year. Now, something to note about this is that my brother sends me $500 a month to live with me, so that was $6,000 for the whole year. My contribution was about $14,600 towards my mortgage. And if you watched my net worth video, you'll know that I actually only paid down about $7,000 of the principal. So the rest of that just went to interest, which is how mortgages work. Moving on. I was surprised to see that my second highest spending category was my travel category for going to the UK. I spent $6,416.83, which wasn't really the surprising part. I did know ballpark how much I spent in the year. I just didn't think that that was more than other categories. And I definitely didn't think it was 10% of my spending, even though I know how much money I make. So I guess I should have done that calculation. But yeah, that was 10% of my spending, my second highest category. I went to the UK twice last year, even though all of my transactions, like flights and hotel, I believe for the first trip last April, were done in 2023. So it's kind of crazy that it still was my second highest category, even though it's basically one trip, which was the trip I went on in August. I have a spending breakdown for that trip. There's a video, I'll link it down below if you want to see how I spent the money that I spent in the UK. But I think I need to remember this when I'm thinking or feeling sad for myself that I can't go out to eat as much as everyone does, or, buy home decor or things like that. Speaking of decor, I do have my Valentine's Day Funko Pop of Grogu. This is my Valentine's Day theme. Since I took my Christmas tree down, we need something else to liven up the mood. So that is my item. But when I see people buy these things and I feel sad that I can't, I think I'll need to remember that I get to travel and I value that and I choose to do that. So I am thankful that I can do that with my income. So that was my second highest category. Third is groceries, 7%, $4,463.45. Not too bad. I do get HelloFresh boxes. I get the box that has 3 meals a week, and I get this almost every week that I am here at my house. And those obviously cost a little bit more than going to the store and getting the things yourself. But I find that for kind of novelty items like feta cheese, for example, there's a lot less waste in my household when we use the HelloFresh boxes because it comes pre-portioned with exactly the amount you need. So I find value in that and taking some of the stress off of planning and cooking the meals. So I'm okay with that. Alcohol is also included in this. I don't have a separate category for buying alcohol at the liquor store. I don't do that too frequently, but if I am going to someone's house and picking up a bottle of wine, something like that, that would be in the groceries category as well. I'm just looking off to the side here, I have some notes about things. And then also shared food was in here up until I created my shareables category. So that is in there. Property tax and condo fees, not much to say there. It's the cost of living in the house that I live in. And that took up 9% of my spending, a collective about $6,000 for the year. So that is what that is. Can't really complain about that. Same with utilities. I do my part to keep my costs low. I unplug my appliances where I can. I don't have my furnace or AC cranked out of the norm. So that was 4% of my spending, $2,458.53. Dining out, 4% of my spending, or $2,227.58. I did delete my coffee category, and so all coffee transactions are also included in this dining out. This is about $185 a month. And my new target for dining out, now that I have the disposable income to have targets on that rather than just spending and covering, is $50 a paycheck. So I do need to bring this down. Obviously, there will be months like my birthday where I might have some extra income that can go towards dining out that I wouldn't usually do. But overall, I do need to work on bringing this down, and I'm quite hopeful that I can do that. It was $3,266.23 in 2023, so I was down in 2024. Car insurance, not much to say. I think it was about the same as 2023, 3% of my spending, or $1,881.25. Car maintenance, on the other hand, also 3%. I had a very large expense in November that's out of the norm, and you saw how I had to kind of wham that one. But I'm not expecting anything that high in 2025, but I have increased my monthly set aside amount, my target for that, to $50 a month. So build up a larger reserve for the next time that I need a large amount of maintenance done. Birthday gifts. So this was solely because I went overboard for my partner's birthday last year, which won't be happening in 2025. I spent $1,754.32 on birthday gifts, or 3% of my spending. And that was just absurd. That's like $150 a month, and I only buy presents for like 5 people. So that will not happen again. Taxes also won't happen again in 2025 because this was due to me having a second job in 2023 where not enough taxes were taken off. So I owed $1,659.71 for the year 2023, but paid in 2024, of course. This year it should only be about $150, and that's just from the Uber Eats delivery that I did, where taxes aren't withheld. So I will see come tax time, but it should be much, much less than this number here. Gas, 2% of my spending, or $1,493.81. This is only up $80 from 2023. And I mean, we hear about gas prices all the time, or at least I do. And I don't really think that's a crazy increase from 2023. And I did have a second job in 2023, but it was only about, I think, twice a month that I would go. And like in 2024, when I'm not working a second job, I'm, just going out and doing things. So I don't think my actual mileage was anything crazy less significant in 2024 that would explain the not so high jumping gas prices. But yeah, $80 up. I can't complain about that. My Peloton is my Peloton membership and then the payment plan for the bike. And that's another fixed bill thing. Can't really adjust that one for the time being. My loan, however, is fully paid off. And so I spent $1,240.67 in 2024, which I will not have to pay in 2025. So that's really exciting. Bank of Mom and Dad, I'm actually hoping to increase this one this year. I only paid $850 towards that. I talked about that a little bit in my net worth video if you want an explanation on that, but I'm hoping to increase that. I definitely will be. My target is $200 a month, so I will put a good chunk towards that this year. Internet and TV, I do need to renegotiate that this summer. I'm hoping to keep it the same. They currently cover my Amazon Prime and Crave subscription, so I'm hoping that I can keep that or switch to a company that will also do that, because it's been nice having those services and not having to pay for them. And I split this with my brother. So I pay about $68 a month for TV and internet in my house. Christmas gifts, $766.13. I'm going to be saving up earlier this year because I left it to the last couple of months, I think, to start putting money towards Christmas gifts. So I'm going to be doing that, and then also being a bit more realistic. I had set my target at $500 last year, and that just wasn't really representative of what I was going to need for the people in my life. So I ended up going over in that category, but I have no complaints about that. I'm totally okay with that. I just want to be more prepared this year. So for beauty, I spent $581.51. I don't think that's too bad. It's down $200 from 2023, and I would actually like to be able to spend more in this category, going for spa treatments or getting my nails done. Kind of wishful thinking. Obviously, there's categories that would come before that being increased, but in the future, I would like to be able to increase this for myself. And then Apple Watch, another one that is not going to be in my 2025 spending breakdown because I did pay that off. And I would like to not finance electronics in the future, rather save for them in my technology category prior to purchasing. Entertainment was $524.95. It was down $1,100 from 2023, and this is another category that I would like to spend more on, and I do have my target set this year to $75 a month. So I'm hoping to increase that and go and do some fun things around my city that I might not have done in the past. Collectibles and books also down $1,200 from 2023. Spending $1,700 on that stuff in 2023 is insane, but 500 is also a little bit still insane. So working on getting this one down, trying to maybe save some of the things on my want list for birthdays and Christmas, that kind of thing. I've slowed down with the record purchasing as I kind of was acquiring my favorite artists' albums. Now I kind of have most of it, so it's just if they're coming out with new stuff, I would be picking up things like that, but hopefully budgeted and not overspending and then covering. Miscellaneous gifts, $499.49. Only up $200 from 2023, which I feel like it should be more because I did buy a lot of miscellaneous gifts last year. However, that's fine. It's not that much more. Not much to say about that. Just want to be more intentional about it. So as you can see in my budgeting, I'm putting $120 towards gifts every month, split up between birthdays, Christmas, and miscellaneous. Still working out how to kind of navigate that. Might need to do like a separate gifts holding category and then disperse the money because the way that I have it right now is a little lopsided, but working on that. Phone bill, not much to say. I already have quite a low phone bill compared to other people that I know, so I'm quite content with what I have. Furniture, that was my payments for my couch that ended in the spring of last year, so that won't be on my 2025 spending breakdown. And again, in the future, I'd like to be able to cash flow those expenses, so I'd like to be putting money into the furniture category to save up for those. Home insurance, another fixed expense. Hobbies, this category actually didn't exist in 2023, and prior to last year, it would have just been things like yarn for knitting that I probably categorized as entertainment. This is about $30 a month, which is what I have the target set to now. And I've noted here that it's mostly just knitting and slow pitch, which I joined a slow pitch team with my boyfriend last summer. So I had to buy a glove, and then I went to the batting cages a couple of times to practice because I was horrible, which is really fun. I love going to the batting cages. I'm hoping to do that sometime in the next couple of months before the summer league starts, if we're going to be doing that. And it is just something that me and my partner can do together, and it's fun. So wouldn't mind spending more on that, but for now, $30 a month seems good. Toiletries and household goods. Even I don't know whether I need to have two separate categories. I feel like I categorized hangers, like clothing hangers, under household goods, So when I was about to delete my toiletries category the other day and categorize it all as household goods, I just didn't like the idea of toilet paper and hangers being in the same category. Is that just me? I don't know. But sometimes I just forget which one I classify something as, and it's one or the other. So honestly, I probably should just combine them. But this number, the total of the two, is similar to the spend in 2023. So not much to say about that. I don't tend to splurge on toiletries and household goods, so can't complain about that. Health and wellness. This includes things like Aquafit. I did a few classes this year. Going to the dentist, getting an eye test, which I don't think I do every year. I think that's semi-annually or bi-annually. And then like multivitamins, things like that. So yeah, that probably could be higher. But for now, I'm okay with that. Clothing, $246.89, which is down $650 from 2023. And I would like to increase this in 2025. I feel like I didn't purchase much clothing in 2024. Not that I need to, but I would like to go through my closet and kind of get rid of some of the lower quality items that aren't serving me anymore. I recently saw a video about what kind of fabrics to look for long-lasting clothing that's not going to pill. I feel like I have a lot of trouble with sweaters and things pilling. And I learned about the different kinds of fabrics. So I'm hoping to find more pieces that will last a long time in my closet and kind of can make a little capsule wardrobe, if you will. So I'm not planning on spending more, but I mean, I wouldn't be unhappy if I spent more on clothing this year. YNAB, I have no comments. No complaints, don't tell them, but I would definitely also spend more money on this. I just love YNAB. I use it every day. It makes more sense to me than some other subscriptions that, I see people have. So to me, I will never complain. If you've spent any time in the YNAB subreddit, you'll see people complain a lot, but I could not complain. I also pay because I have YNAB together with my boyfriend and my mom as well, and I don't charge them because I'm just so excited that they want to use it that I would just rather pay for the whole thing. But if you use my link in the description, we would both get an extra free month, so that's also really cool. Work activities, I spent $121.97. There's not too much going on in here. I could just categorize these things as entertainment, but I am interested to know how much I spend specifically on this. For now, that might change in the future. I might just want to get rid of it. But yeah, that is that. Credit card annual fee. I might cancel this one this year, but I do need to replace it with another one that has no foreign transaction fees. And the one that I have does do some good things for me. It did actually save me, I think, $120. I had enough points to redeem for an activity in London, so it did kind of save me the annual fee, and then on top of that, there were no foreign transaction fees, so it's not worth it, but I'm looking into other options. This is like a AAA membership. I think this is so worth it. I've used it. I don't know if I used it in 2024, but I've used it in the past, and I feel like it definitely serves its purpose. My boyfriend's been locked out of his vehicle before, and they have come under my membership to help him out with that. I've been jump-started, I think, a couple of times in the past. They come, if you're stranded on the side of the road. They also have discounts on certain things in my area, or you can get cash back if you buy gift cards through them. So I'm okay paying that for now. That might be something I look into canceling in the future, but it works for now. Bank fees, obviously big thumbs down. Hate bank fees. I'm only paying them because I have a bank account where you have to maintain a certain balance to not pay the fee, and I dropped below that, I think, in the summer of 2024. So this is probably half a year's worth of fees. Tomato, hate it, but It is what it is. License and registration, that was just my car reg this year. I think my driver's license is up on my birthday this year, so I will need to pay for that in addition to my car registration. Home maintenance, I feel like that should be higher or could be higher. I definitely need to start putting money aside because at any moment, I mean, I do live in a relatively new build, so ideally nothing goes wrong and some things are still covered by warranty, but I need to beef this category up for sure. Spotify, which formerly was my Apple Music, for the majority of the year, this was Apple Music, so music streaming, it is. But I was on the student plan for Apple Music, so it was like $7 a month. And now for Spotify, I'm on my partner's family plan, so it's under $4. So love that, saving some money there. Shareables was a category I only started using in November, I believe. So I went to 2 little events where I bought some food and spent $56.75. Would love for this to be higher in 2025. If I need to pull from my entertainment category to cover some months, I think I'd be okay with that, just because it means I'm going out and having a good time with people. So travel, this was just, I don't even know why I did this as travel and not UK. I think it was to develop my film camera that I took to the UK. So that was 1950. Technology, I bought OtterBox replaced my phone case because it was faulty and I just had to pay for shipping, but the case was free. So that's what that was. And that was my lowest spend category for the whole entire year. Technology. I'm going to need a new phone soon because I have an iPhone 12 and the battery is bad, like really bad. But yeah, that was my spending for the year 2024. We can look at the groups here. Clearly, I'm paying a lot more for needs than I am wants. And what's the other category? Savings. Well, I guess this is spending. This doesn't show savings. I don't think I did save. Obviously, my retirement is my pension, which comes out of my gross income, which wouldn't be reflected in here. I do see people doing their full gross income, putting that in YNAB, and then like taking out all of their deductions and stuff as like categories. Love that. Don't think that's for me. It hurts my brain. The time to try it would have been the beginning of this month. I don't think I'm there. Maybe next year, maybe 2026. But I do love the way that looks because then you are really seeing where your money's going. I mean, none of this shows that I put any money towards retirement. And I have a whole pension that I probably paid 12 grand to this year. Or actually 12 might be what went towards it in total. I might have put like 7,000 towards it. But it's not reflected in here. So that was my year. That's pretty crazy. It's pretty wacky. All these little tiny things add up to make a very big number. But this is my real raw reflection upon the year. And it was a year. It was a year. The mortgage is the reality of owning a home. And I'm not sure what else I want to say. But I spent $61,838 in the year 2024. That's my 2024 wrapped, my 2024 spending breakdown. I will see you in my next video. Enjoy your week. Bye.